Hey folks, we're setting goose eggs today. This is a hover baiter. I don't know what model number it is. This was a hover baiter that a guy up the road from us started getting out of hatching his own birds, and he gave it to us. We got this big flat of eggs, and we also got 2 runner duck eggs mixed in with that. These eggs are washed off. Those down there aren't. These eggs were washed off, and the others, we're trying a little bit of a experiment here. If we wash them off, will it hurt the viability of the eggs? There's a big no-no when you hatch goose eggs to wash them off, and that's with chicken eggs as well. We have the incubator set at the right temp. The water is in the incubator. For the humidity, they take the same humidity as chickens do for the first few days, and then you take and start amping up the humidity, filling up your humidity more and more often so that they get a higher humidity, and then you drop it about a week before they hatch. Goose eggs take 35 days to hatch. Runner duck eggs take 28.5 days to hatch, give or take. I am setting the goose eggs in. Now on a few of these I have them marked with an X. This one does not have a marking on it. I just mark a few of them just to tell what, if I have turned them in the day or what. Normally they all have X's on them. That's something I might go back and do in the future, but for now I'm just setting these goose eggs in. I have a few, and I'll show you what we do and the date that we placed them on. Today is April 4th, 2019, and we placed them in around 10:30ish tonight. I don't know if this will come up tonight or tomorrow, this video, but we got 6 goose eggs there, all in the incubator. Now, normally the incubators, styrofoam incubators especially, are square. Since this one is old, we couldn't find a turner for it, and turners for goose eggs are quite expensive. Something that we do not have enough of to have a turner for is goose eggs. This year is pretty much the only year that we've had quite a few all at once. This will be the first time the incubator's actually been full with goose eggs. We had 2 hens last year, 2 goose hens last year that we had laying eggs. This year we have quite a few more, and we've also let them build up a bit. We used to put them right in with our chicken eggs. Now, last year we didn't have that bad of a hatch rate, but in years past we've only hatched eggs for 2 years-ish now. This will be our 3rd or 4th year. In years past, we haven't had such a great hatch rate doing it with the chickens, so we decided we'd let them build up. Let's see if I can't find one with an X in the date. It actually blends in with the dirtiness of the eggs. Aha, there's one. That is for today's date, and there is an X on it right there. You can see it right where my finger is. These eggs, this batch, I'm putting them in at 99.5 to 101. That's where you want your range for hatching any type of bird. During the last week, maybe 2 weeks of incubation, you want to open your incubator to cool off the eggs, because the geese mothers would get up and leave the nest during the day. Well, of course, in an incubator where everything is relatively sterile and they are not being treated by their mother, they cannot be cooled down during the day. Now, these eggs, when I get them all stored up, all hatched, we take and throw the eggs away, of course, that is left over. That will go to the compost pile, as well as feeding the ground, being buried. But these eggs here are all fertile. We know that our ganders have mated our females. These eggs are all roughly in a week and a half period of time. Goose eggs, you can have up to 3 months before they go bad. And around, of course, second week of being laid, the fertility rate will go down on the eggs. Meaning you won't have as many goslings as you have eggs. You're not guaranteed to have a full hatch of eggs. Roughly, we last year had about a 50 to a 60% ratio on hatching our goose eggs. Because some of them might not be fertile, or for other reasons. Now, I'll take you to show you how this incubator is set up. This incubator, oh no, does not fit these goose eggs. Well, you guys get the gist, but anyway, there is a lever here on the top. You can see it where my hand is, and direction pointer of where to turn your heat. When you turn the lever a certain direction, it will cool it down. When you turn the lever the other direction, it will warm it up. There's a thermal wafer with ether in it. Now, newer hover baiters have this same setup with a thermal switch and a ether disc. Thermal wafers, they're called. There's a pilot light telling you the incubator is working, and this right here, can't touch it because it's electrified, but this disc right here, when it expands, when it gets cold, it will expand. When it gets warm, sorry, it will expand and it will turn on the incubator to warm up. When it gets cold, when it gets cold, the incubator thermal wafer will expand. When it warms up, it will shrink and it shuts the incubator off. That is the switch right there. So, I'm going to figure out how to get this set back on top. I did not expect this. This is a shallower incubator. Normally I have them in one of those right there. Those square little giants. But I am going to have to figure this out, so I'll see you guys in the next video.